Sitting properly may not be what you think. Hi, this is Neil again from Davey Physio, and I'd like to talk you through the reality behind sitting comfortably. There's a lot written about sitting properly, correct posture, and that sitting badly causes damage to your back. You only need to look on the internet and you'll be swamped with advice that's not based on science or research. This has resulted in common beliefs that you need to protect your back when you sit and how you should do it. You may have been told that you need to sit in a particular chair or use a lumbar roll because you slouch too much, change your workstation, or that you have a weak core. This largely isn't true and can cause the very problem you think you're preventing. And when your efforts fail, you may try the same things with more effort rather than changing your methods. Every day I hear that my poor posture is causing my problem. I need to sit up straight, use a lumbar roll to maintain the curve of my spine, work on my weak core, I slouch too much. And I spend most of my clinical time showing patients that their previous advice is unhelpful and causing the problem they have. So the harder they try, the worse their problem becomes. Spines are enormously strong and designed to bend forwards all the way to the floor with a bit of practice, and backwards, but nowhere near as far. And when you repeatedly bend, spines get stronger and don't wear out. It's as simple as that. And this principle holds firm throughout the body. That's why going to the gym or exercising improves your health. So if you can bend all the way to the floor, and that's say 100% of your capacity, and you can do it without damaging your back, in fact it makes it stronger, then why is relaxed sitting or slumping considered dangerous for your back when you're only using a fraction of its bending capacity? Let's use our normal pain-free wrist to demonstrate. Clench your fist and bend it backwards. How do you think that would feel after an hour or at the end of a day's work? Probably not very comfortable, and if you keep going, I'm sure it would become stiff and painful. This is because muscles will fatigue over time, and the tension in your joints and soft tissues will eventually result in discomfort and progress to pain. But the interesting thing is there was nothing wrong with your wrist or forearm when you started. It became uncomfortable because you didn't give it sufficient rest. So why do we persist in sitting in a way that increases the load and stresses in our backs without giving them a rest? The response you felt in your wrist is perfectly normal, shouldn't be misinterpreted as dangerous or damaging. And I'm guessing your solution to your painful wrist would be to relax your hand and shake it out, and don't keep repeating it. So why don't you take that approach with your back? Because you've probably been told that your back is somehow different from the rest of your body, and you should be frightened of the discomfort because it means we're causing damage. But did you damage your wrist? No. So how can you damage your back when it's so much bigger and stronger than your wrist? You can't. It's nonsense. Trying to sit upright generally involves increased muscle work. Muscles get tired after a while no matter how fit you are, and they need to rest and recuperate. And if they don't get rest, they complain. This increases over time. And a rest for a muscle is maybe relaxed sitting, soft posture, movement through full range, or going to do some exercise. But when we feel discomfort in our backs, we don't use these solutions. You may have been told your core is weak and that's why it hurts. It isn't weak, it's exhausted and it needs a rest. Instead of trying helpful stuff, you might sit there for long periods under stress from your work situation or driving without changing position and trying harder to hold your posture or fix or brace against the pain. This approach is always going to fail. So let's practice some simple adjustments in your sitting and see how it feels. The way I see people sitting often, this is a very common classic perching, okay? People often hook their feet back in under the chair and they maintain their back. The other thing I see is people sitting on a gym ball, or they put a wedge under their seat so the wedge deliberately tips them forward, or I see people sitting on a kneeling chair. That's designed to keep your back upright. Quite difficult to relax. I see people with lumbar rolls. This is the common or garden towel. and they get their bum back and they right there and they put this roll in and they sit right back over this lumbar roll, stop themselves from bending. That's like getting your index finger and bend it back all day long. It's going to hurt. But then the more it hurts, the harder we try. The other thing is when we start to get pain, our system starts to tense anyway. So, get rid of that. All of this is designed, these techniques are designed to stop the back from bending and make the core work harder. So, comfortable sitting, let the chair do the work. Chairs do not get tired. So let the chair do all the hard work and we just use the chair to let us have a rest. Feet flat on the floor, legs are really, really heavy, muscles are powerful, and if your feet are tucked in under or you're on tiptoes, that makes the muscles in the legs go tense and tight. When they get tired, they're going to hurt. They're big, powerful things. They also feed into the lower back. Okay, so it all plays a part. Feet flat on the floor, let the floor take the weight of your legs. Okay, chairs can be too big, chairs can be too small. If you're a particularly big person or a particularly small person, so you might want to find a chair that suits you. There is a huge margin for error there, really. And then when you're sat, let the chair do the work. Scan for any tension in your body. We cannot soften our posture and relax unless we're aware of where we're tense. Are we gripping with our toes? Are we gripping with our bum muscles or our thighs or our groin muscles? Have we got a tense stomach? Are we holding our breath? Are we bracing our shoulders back? Are we tucking our chin in? Do our shoulders have an intimate relationship with our ears? These are all things I see on a daily basis when people have issues with sitting. So once you're aware of where your tension is, choose to let it go. Let the chair do the work. Let your tension go. So breathing is one of the best ways of getting the system to calm down and soften. So when we're tense or when we're stressed or when we're in pain, we tend to breathe up high in our chest and quick and shallow. Deliberately change your breathing deep into your tummy. Let your tummy muscles relax. Smooth, calm and rhythmically and repeatedly. And then soften your posture. And I say, melt into the chair. And almost become one with the chair. It takes a little bit of practice. Now, this is a situation with just a standard kitchen chair, okay, and there is no desk. But it doesn't change if there's a desk. What I like to say to people is get the monitor a bit further away so that you can get the keyboard further onto the desk. Get your chair closer to the desk so that the desk is quite close to your tummy. If the arms will, get them under the desk, and if they won't, get them out of the way somehow. And then let the desk support the weight of your arms and your shoulders. Relax your wrists, relax your fingers, and just allow the desk to do the work of your upper limb. Allow the chair to do the work of your lower back and your hips and your pelvis, and let the floor do the work of your legs and lower limbs. And actually you can sit there and be quite relaxed. Concentrating on your breathing, being aware of doing this again and then letting it go again. It's a constant awareness of what we are doing as individuals, and then it's a conscious, deliberate change when we're doing something that we know is unhelpful. And the one golden rule, even if you're as relaxed as you can be, being sat there for long periods of time will still give rise to discomfort. The human body is designed to move. It's designed to get up and be active and physical. It pumps good things around the body, lots of blood with lots of good hormones. So get up and move around. Do not get stuck to your desk. Do not get stuck to your sofa. Get up and move around.
And I think if you follow those rules, you can't go too far wrong. I hope that's helpful.
Don't think it's a waste of time and lose interest if you don't get an immediate response. Sometimes our unhelpful habits are so well practiced, it may take a little perseverance. Let's face it, we all need a mental and physical off button. Life tends to push our limits, and when we exceed them, we get pain and stiffness. That's normal. If we were to take this pain and stiffness for what it really is, when in pain, we would get up and move around, go for a walk, do some exercise, get out of breath, and burn off the tension and stress. Switch off and clear our minds, and then we can return to work, able to sit in a pain-free, relaxed way, and your productivity and decision-making will improve. Win-win. Why don't you try it? It's easy with no downsides. No fancy exercises, no more core work, no fear of damage, no expensive equipment, the list goes on. It's about time you stop thinking there's something wrong with your body and apply common sense and logic. Trust your body, respect what it tells you, and act on its message. If you do this, you might be surprised at the outcome. I was. If you'd like some help working through your issues, I'd be delighted to assist. Just give me a call on 01392 949 032 and we can chat through what could help you and devise a plan going forward. I hope this has been helpful and stimulated a change. Stay healthy and see you soon.